Hello, it is I. And today I'm just doing some random stuff. Because I've got a few bits here and there to sort out. Like I've got this bit with Santa. Turns out I've did the shading on this bit and I don't like it. I don't like it. No. Yeah, that's what. I think that should be it. Hmm. So just a very simple colouring method, shading method I'm using. It's just literally a simple colour with a mask layer, and I basically just adding and subtracting, multiply, lower the opacity. Simple as. That'll do. So, I'm looking at potentially. Again, this printed. I don't know how long it generally takes. Quick look. I have had some printed before, but the prints are always varying results. I went to Street Shirts before. Oh, interesting. So, oh, may as well do this on screen. Why not? There you go. Let's see, where did I save it? Be in. Yeah. Oh, it's not. Here? No. Here. New versions. There the geezer is. Yeah, I'm set. Which one do I want? Ew. Oh. Oh. Bem. Ah. Bit. Can we edit? Oh, interesting. It's really interesting. Just literally just crops out the geezer. Though, to be fair, we can't just have the geezer rise up. Have some words or something. Holder. Bog standard. That's what it. Oh. So, if say I wanted one of these, two 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 of these. That's one, a lot of t-shirts. I'm not sure that actually be costing you. So you go from $9.99 to $8.99. £107.88. More, I'm assuming it's more saving per same one. Shipping that. And what's shipping? £8. How long does it? $14 days. Nice to know. Anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. Some of the stuff I can't really do all. Because they are secret projects. Which I didn't do that. Look, where to put the pen? It's right here. Yeah. I'm going to make my tag actually, because I have apparently kept this on gaming. Change 5 things, entertainment. Oh, is this thing how to? Oh, change it to how to and style. Why not? Because this is how to. So, I've got my updated center. If I open up in here, I have my Xmas hot chocolate design. Now, now. It could do with being updated. And it's going to be updated with Santa. That was the one from last year. I think I just used the same one. I have got two. So far. Jeez. To prove that I'm actually ahead this year, I made this one on Christmas Day. 2 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day. Because I use these for essentially my brothers and sisters kind of little stocking. So why not? I used that there as well, didn't I? So I think the one thing I really don't like is the big circle. Get rid of the shadow. Save as. Folder. Not chocolate cup. Save. Get rid of the silhouette of me. So we don't need that. We don't need the ring. Still want to keep the circle. Don't need the lines. Definitely don't need that. Don't need the background really. Keep you. Delete you. Or just delete again. Something that wasn't active, so I don't need it. Chocolate, that could do with being updated, but we'll leave it for now. Another ribbon. And then we got some holly. What was that? Where's this one? Oh. Underneath it. Spare. These are all just the same one, just reused. Right, so let's get rid of the holly and the ribbon, and then we're going to have a look at this. So I don't like the border, don't like the colour there. So I like the general gist of this, but it's a bit too much. Oh. I get rid of this and this. This and the circle. Let's get rid of that. Yes. We can duplicate this. Lock it. Was it? Not that one. This one. Change it to a solid block color. Then we're going to row tool. When selecting the wand to 5 pixels. And then I should be able to pull this in. Click again and go up another 5. And then we'll get piece. So that it's back. And there we go. We've got a nice little border that I think is somewhat better than the last one. I'll do a comparison at the end. I mean, that was the border for the full circle. It's just like, nah. And these are just going to be then put on the little jars. So, this thing, whatever I did, I had this and this. Just like that. No, we want to be going plain Jane on this. One colour, no frills. What a bit Christmassy though, so I'm gonna make it a bit of a warmer colour. And do that. I'm just using my mouse for all this because obviously I've already done it all. But I believe when I was making this, I'd use literally the just like these little tools, and then I could edit and just create boxes and stuff. Went to stroke selection, I could just go like, oh, there you go, there's a box. That's how I just make all of these. Use the circular one to make the circle, obviously. And create, if you hold shift, it just makes it an immediate, normal, full, perfect circle. Otherwise, you can just do whatever you want. Control shapes it from the center. So if you know where you want it to start from, just control it. Control and shift. And you can make a nice circle. So I use these tools when I'm trying to center something. So it's the mirroring tool. And I'll just have these kind of centered, and I can go, okay, I know where center is. Okay. Now I can make a proper circle. Obviously, this thing isn't actually in the center. That's why it's kind of off. Right, so I'm going to use, like I said, a slightly muted. Don't want an actual red. Actual red is a bit too bossy. there. Approaching more towards orange there. Lighter. There we go, that should do. So that's not like obviously the brightest red you can go, because if you went like brightest red, it just kind of hits you too much. A little subtler. Center. Do what? The far. You two. Not you either. Right, let's save it. Oh wait, no, I know where. I know where. Greetings, Firewall. I am doing good. You? I'm currently on the look for Santa. So, oh wait, no. Saved it wrong. Right. What? All of you grouped together. Chore. Hide. Now. Spot. Old Santa 2 apparently, because that's cancel that. Old Santa 2 and Santa Solo. I need him as a a PNG. Then he has transparency. And then I can drag and drop into this new file, new layer. Boom. Santa has arrived. That's just a case of sorting out the other bits. So you kind of missed it, but this was originally this. This is my old one I did last year because I make like a little jar, like a little mason jar, fill it with some chocolate gallets, chocolate. That makes a really nice hot chocolate. I give it to like me family. So very nice. So gonna make a small. Take the growth off. What growth? Two. Yeah. And new layer underneath. And selection. And then delete the out. Made a very thin black line at the bottom. So and there we go. Made it a bit wider. I'm gonna bring in the other Santa. Where's Santa 6? Layer. That's not good. Right, let's go back to Santa 2. We'll unhide the background and hide Santa. Then we'll save this as a snowflakes JPEG because it does not need to be a PNG because there's no transparency. Don't try and click on the OBS, okay? That pops up. And then we'll get rid of that because we don't need it. And then add this to here. It's a new layer. So we can get rid of Santa 6. And we can have snowflakes. But I can increase the size now. Is that right? Alright, I need to. What? Alright, okay. Anything around it. That's not what I wanted. Yes, that is what I wanted. I need to grow it by... I already had growth on, so it should actually be over the border. But I'm going to put... 6. When we do come to the snowflakes, we can convert and delete. Sweet. I'm gonna go down the passes slightly. There we go. No. Yet. See, again, that red's far too bright. It's not a good red. Santa's a lot bright as well, but it looks good enough. So I'll recheck that in a minute. Let's see. Okay. Take this and standard black. Take off my things. Standard white. Right, let's get this blue. So yeah, the red's fine, but for the overall thing, it's kind of flaring out compared to like, yeah, Santa should be the one that's popping the most. That's why he's got the more vibrant red compared to the red I've used for chocolate. This, because it's a color select, undermine the how much I'm selecting. 3 pixels. Classic invert trick. That off. And I've done it on the wrong. Select the correct layer, invert, and then delete. In fact, I'm going to do the opposite. Increase it so that I can do it on the underneath layer. Make sure I'm using the correct cooler. Cooler seems cooler. I wanted a more. So I'm going to change this because this is too dark. I should go down towards this direction and put it in the hue. Ooh. There you go. That pops a lot better. That's what we like to see. And then we've got the here. Just be taken. No, we don't need that one. One. It's the same one. Tie. Or tie. And now we're gonna trace over these. Yeah, I'm notorious for doing that. I mean, if I go to this one, you'll just see I've just got paint layer 61, 63, merged layer 60, group 60 merged, 60 merged, 60 merged. I do the exact same thing. I don't name them properly. I mean, there are times when I will label it, like I've got this one that says shading. Literally the only one, and then it's not even the actual shaded layer. Copy of shading is the actual shaded layer. So yeah, not the only one on that one. I do it far too much. At least on this one, I've got one called Santa Solo and Snowflakes. No, that's only because I copied those in. Yeah. Play this. Be. Okay, I'll do it on. Everything off. I commit. Right. So I am on merged layer 13. Yeah, I'll generally keep the background layer. I've obviously not kept it in this one because I don't need it, but yeah. Thankfully, my lowest one is just paint layer 1. One times. Right. Don't need you. So that was the top one. Also notorious for grouping things just so that I can hide all of them. Which is a very nice trick, to be fair. Then I don't need to faff around with it. And I can shrink everything down. So if I'm doing something like I'm doing now. Need a size of 10. I need to be on brush. Ooh, do I want to be on size 10? No, I do not. No, I'm still on 18. Hey, it's fine. The blue, however, is not. Trying to get the perfect trip. Right the other way. Oh. Oh. So what I should have done? I should have mimicked it. Close enough. Those to be merge. Not too bad. There is always pain when drawing anything. That's another one. I like that a bit better. So we need to lower this to 5. I can always doing that. I'll always be in a race when I don't want to be, and then not when I do. Like that. Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's just like, nope, 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 nope. Yeah. 30 minutes later, you're like, no. The worst shape for me is not like, it's just curves when you just try and do like just a simple curve like this. It's just like, you just accidentally just smudge it every right at the end, you're just like, okay, this is good, this is good. It's like, oh no, what did I do there? Constantly doing that. All the time. And it's like, why? Right, did I want some flare on the... Oh, no. I don't think so. Don't know what I'd even... That's... No. No. No, no, no. Add a smiley face to it. It's not. No, I think it's fine as is. I think that's actually alright, to be fair. Like I said, I wanted a bit more of a muted red. What did you? What's that as well? What? And then go on one. So this red, if I'm not mistaken, matches the other red, which is what we want. Let's group this together, and I'm going to name it. It's going to get named. No, it's shocking. It did get named. Do I want to go same design as last year? I actually... Oops. Pull that back. And duplicate it before I make a mistake. Well, that is true, because it's just copy of group 13 merged, and now it's just copy of ribbon and ribbon. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, I've now got group 19. Who knows when that'll change? Unknown. But butter. Bit of butter. Oh dear, I've noticed something. Why? I'm literally flooding all of it. And then I just noticed one little spot that decided, no, I'm going to get missed. God. I suppose I best fix that on the ribbon one as well. I'm not going to get coloured in. I'm going to be left alone. Cool. But yeah, no, I'm always making backups. I mean, quite literally, a lot of these ones are just like some of these ones are just backups. Because obviously that's group merge of 65, but then I've got 65 here, which actually is actually all the individual ones. So it's the same thing. I've just got the merged copy. Yeah. Just like, well, I don't need to do anything with that. I'll just merge it all together. It probably about 6 pixels. You never know. It was literally negligible. Could have left it and no one would noticed, but yeah, it was it's been fixed now. It's fine. It's fine. No, I think the worst I've had is when I've just literally went in and zoomed right into a drawing. I went, okay, I need to be this close in, and I need to make sure it's pixel perfect. All these pixels are not perfect. But no, I don't do that anymore. Oh, thankfully. I need to put some shading though on the bow. That's the only thing I will say. So, guess what I'm doing? Duplicating the bow again. And I'm going to merge it. And then I'm going to paint it blue. And whilst blue, I'm going to add a transparency mask. Make it a multiplier layer. And delete my transparency mask so then it goes all black. Then I'm going to get this pen brush and I'm going to start colouring in white. It's a layer. As well as turn down the opacity. Wahaha. One of the most simplest methods of shading I know. It's actually probably closer to comic book shading, to be fair. Because I do believe they just generally use like one color tone for the shading. Some of them. Depends on the artist, don't it? Obviously. Just so much easier than trying to deal with several different shades when someone's looking at for like 2 seconds whilst reading. Right, so once I've done this, erase, we can do that. Not to worry about going out because the color I've selected is literally the size of. There's only literally the bow size color that I can go over anyway, so It's not too bad. I still do that. Heard that you're not really meant to use your wrists in drawing, and I still keep using my wrists. Oops. Erase again. See, I told you. Press the erase button, please. Okay, I like that one. I noticed a split second that the mask disappeared because I forgot to draw it on layers. Oh, yeah, that's generally what happens. They'll end up say they like it, but and as all people who've done something for anyone kind of can contest to, you still have that niggling little voice in the back of your head. It's like, did they really like it? Oh, or were they being nice? Well, you know, you've got to look at all 40 frames. Yeah, no slacking on these 40 frames to draw on. Yeah. I've never done anything like that, so I would not know how tricky it is. Or tedious. Let's be honest, sometimes it's just tedious in general. Yep. So you missed the final frame. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. I think we're almost there. And I get all these. And guess what? Group. That's the ribbon group, 21. Oh, there's another group. Just like grouping everything together. Do. Shadow within a shadow. Yes. Yes. So sometimes if I use my ribbon as an example, I'll generally have like 2 layers. And then at some point I'll merge the 2 and then kind of blend it together if I wanted to get like a different tone. So like I'll do this one lighter and put this one on the top when I am on the correct thing again. Yeah. God damn it. You know, when you mess up and it's like you go, oh, okay. When I did I not mess up? Not yet. Nope. There we go. Yeah. This lake can be kind of shallower. Don't need it to be as right. And then, like I said, I will just not do that. And then you can just get like your blending brush. Just because that's generally how you can get a nice curve. Oh, still a shading. Oh. But it depends on what I'm doing it for. I'm like, okay, when did I there we go. What did you? Well, I'm going for a block colour. Yeah, so I don't need subtle blending shade. But yeah, no. What? 7 pixels? Where? The left of the room? Over here? I mean, like here? Oh, I'm blending. There we go. Don't worry, I've got those pesky pixels now. See, this is the thing about zooming in. It's a trap. Don't do it. And there we go. We've a nice little bow, nicely shaded, and I keep pressing the wrong button on my keyboard. To keyboard. Obviously moving. My keyboard's fault. It keeps moving the keys, obviously. And I'm going to go back over here to the text and duplicate. This one. A little bit more white on the text. Go. So, next is the Holly. Yeah, I've made this quite bright. So, and we need to redraw it anyway. Trying to do everything kind of in a more standardized line size. So, which is 10 pixels size from a pen. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have everything be a bit more consistent. I'll be honest, consistency is one thing I do not do. Not very well, anyway. But, oh well. Oh well. Mm-hmm. So, got my new layer, got me pen. Is not on erase. Is on black. It will be on 10 pixels. Down to 5. Yeah, yeah, it's generally what happens. Line art is generally one of the things that I do like, except when I do it digitally. I don't like my digital line art. I prefer my line art when I do it with pen and pencil more than I do when I do digital. I don't know, just something about the feel of pencil art that I quite like more than me digital art sometimes. Especially when you transfer it over. Like you do something really cool on your book and your pen pencil and you think, oh, that's really cool. Bring it to digital and then you go, it's like, well, all the proportions are off. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, when you look back at the pencil one, it's like, the pencil one still looks cool. Why is it so different? Yeah. Neither G pen. Well, this nice lovely pen. Erase. Which helps me get some nice thin lines. Lurk. Lurk. The lurker is here. I mean, why not? Why not? I'm just working on Christmas stuff. You didn't already know. But yeah. Nah, like, some of my older stuff. The line art is just too static. Is one thing that I want to say. Yeah, it's just like, to be fair, I am so on time with all of my stuff. Last year, I made this thing on Christmas Day. At 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm on time today. Yeah. I'm doing well. So, but yeah, the well, you know, you can't have everything on time. I've definitely not done that. Bought something and then had to give it later. Let me get. But yeah. Right, switch it over to the green. I want a bit more. Yeah. You gotta look out for the flat line art. Because it's like, I do like thin bits like this now, but before I just leave it like kind of like this. It's just like, it's a bit too static. Actually need to go and sort this leaf out because this leaf is not up to my snuff. G pen. And of course it's not a race. Yeah. It's always nice finding a couple of brushes because all the ones that are currently on screen are literally like all the main ones I use. That's why it's just called main. Yeah. It's like all my go-tos. So I've got this one, which is my G pen. I've got like just a normal pen. Oops. Got to delete the entire thing. Mechanical pencil, which is there mainly for texture. Get some nice textures with a mechanical pencil brush. Don't delete it again. Yeah. It is a nice feeling once you do finally get a nice brush. I did at one point make custom brush, which was literally just like a symbol that I made just so then I wouldn't have to make it. So it was literally just like this. Brad will know all these symbols. It's like literally all the kind of all the old symbols. Just made like a little stamp. Alright, see you later. Yeah. I don't have them anymore. Because I made those on GIMP. So, I mean, technically I still have them, but I don't use them. Mainly because I also have no need to. Let's not use the pencil brush. And once again, addition, transparency mask, multiply, and invert. Then I can start drawing. I'm going to use the G pen. This one though. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to turn your transparency down just so that it's not like blaring at you. Hmm. Duplicate the layer to make another one. See, now that is actually a good method. I know someone else who's mentioned that one before. I obviously don't do that method because I'm punishing myself for some reason. Also, my poses are vary very wildly, so I never know what hand pose I need. Comic artists do that all the time. If there is something that is tricky to draw, they will not draw it and cover it up. Yeah, because it is just that much simpler to do. than trying to draw it and drawing it rubbishly. But very common, apparently. I wonder how they actually got away with just not draw. Surely someone would have went, it's like, dude, are you not going to draw the hands and feet of this? And it's like, oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Well, obviously, you don't need to see them. Like, dude, he's punching someone. Why is his hand hidden behind his head? Because obviously he's punched him, yeah. No, that is some skill. He just goes like, yeah, I'm just gonna, instead of actually properly learning to draw hands, I'm just going to cheat and, well, not cheat, but just skirt around it. Okay, it was better before I started messing with it. I mean, if you can, why not? Make it easy on yourself. I mean, there's probably reason, yeah, why everything's always destroyed. Yeah, I can imagine that one. I can imagine that one. And then he just went, it's like, oh yeah, he's got the Super Saiyan now. But see, here's a question for you then. What did you think of Dragon Ball? Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, the original one, where Goku was a kid. Who knows? I think, didn't they change the eye color at one point? I think the eye color was wrong at one point. Hmm. Ah, yeah. That's what it was. So apparently he was originally going to do him with red eyes. Yeah. So he originally did Super Saiyan with red eyes, but then the anime changed it to like the green blue. So then they didn't look demonic, apparently. So, according to Google AI overview, anyway. So, yeah, the bluey green eyes. The contrast. The contrast. What? Okay, well. Just on the little. Well, the only place I want it, actually. Mm. But a lot of people say they're not too fond of the original one, which I kind of understand. It's a bit more, it's a bit more slapstick. And the obviously you still get some of that stupid humor in Dragon Ball Z and Super and all that. But it was obviously it was like really heavily done on. Yeah. So you do get to see how he actually bafflingly gets Chi-Chi. Yeah. Absolutely bizarre. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you didn't know. If you didn't know, apparently Goku thought that wedding was a cake. I think it was wedding or marriage was a cake. And thus agreed. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Menace. The Menace has arrived. Though, the good news is, I'm pretty much done. Right. I don't think I'm adding anything else to it. I'm just going to probably keep it like this anyway. A bit more simplistic than last year's. You right there, missus? Was missus? But anyway, I do think I am done with this. So close these. Yeah, sure, why not? Open. So there you go. So you can't get a new view. New window. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's too bad. Definitely a bit of an improvement over last year's. Kitty agrees. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. Don't alt the fuck it. Don't alt the fuck. Ah, cool. You managed to actually get some drawing done. It's always a boon when you actually manage to do something that you wanted to do. Especially with drawing. I've been thinking to myself, I've got a sketchbook in my bag and I never seem to use it currently. I use it sparingly. But the main reason why I have this stream on Thursdays, because it makes me do art. Digital art. It makes me do some art. Yes. Yes, I got a nice little effective one. I'm much more appeased by the colour of the bow. Like I said, I think Santa might actually be a bit too bright. Don't do it, cat. No. Cat only cares about two things. Well, maybe three. Sleeping, eating, and irritating people. And generally she likes doing the sleeping and irritating people at the same time. Like now. That's my bed, cat. Stop clawing at my bed. And that's my throat. I'm telling you, she's out to get me. Yeah, the cat literally, as we're out, doxes people. Yeah. Ah, claws, Mrs. Claw. Rawr. Rawr. And now she's biting me. See that? Bloody slaver all over me. Yeah. Just because I was holding onto your paws, you can have that. Have that back. Unbelievable. Yeah, so generally you'll see it with, like, obviously if I get me Santa up, you'll see it with Santa actually for the entire border. I'll actually do like a thick outline and then I'll be thinner on the inside because the thicker border kind of gives it a bit more that punch. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's like thicker outlines. Pretty good. But obviously dependent on what kind of style you're looking for as well. But yeah, I do like to use the thicker. Oh yeah, I generally, more often than not nowadays, I'm just scribbling on scraps of paper. Yeah, but use my sketchbook really. When I'm at work, and just literally, I've got a scrap of paper next to me. I'm just there, just like scribbling away. Best thing for it, really. I don't. It really depends with the detail. Because you can do detail one of two ways. You can either I won't say overdo it, you can put in a ton of detail. Or you can put in a little bit. Generally, if you don't put enough detail in, it looks very plain. I mean, I've had it with some of my old, like I said, when I was doing line art. That's my beard. I've been doing my line art. on here, like some of my older stuff, it's like because I didn't put enough detail into it, it looked flat and plain and boring and didn't work at all. So yeah. Sometimes it's good to overdo it, because you'll get people who just have like lots of intricate details, and it's all about line variation. So I think they use like smaller brush sizes for like the more finer details, and then for bigger details they use bigger lines. So it's generally how I work as well, to be honest. Like I said with Santa here, anything inside that bold line is thinner than what the outside is. I've stopped you from trying to ruin my t-shirt, Cat. How do you feel about that? Oh, yes. Try not to poke the cat in the eye. That's also bad. But yeah, no. Like I said, it's like, if you got a pen, you got a scrap of paper, a quick doodle, of something, an eye, generally something I try and draw. Yeah. Random chibi face. Yeah. Smiley face. Lines. I'll literally just scribble anything. I think... No. Kind of moved them all. They're like a stack of sketches and stuff I've done on like scrap pieces of paper. Some of them are actually all right. I actually quite like some of them. It's just, oh, that's all right. I could do something with that. Yeah, done nothing with any of them, but I still have them. Good inspiration. While looking back at old sketchbooks when you don't have a clue what to draw, just find something that you did before and you just go, oh, that was cool, but I could probably do better. Yeah, I've done that one many a times. Cat looks like she's ready to bounce. Oh. Yes. Yes. Scramble over anyway, I think. And I think that's about it for this stream, to be honest. We've got a pesky cat. So I think that's now trying to bite me. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Yeah. No. Go, kitty. Down you go. She's being antsy. We were not doing what she wanted. Here's my perfectionist attitude speaking, but my brain does not let me just doodle for fun. No, it has to be a full sketch of a decently complicated design. Well, do a small sketch of a perfectly complicated design. So just draw like a pendant or something like that. That is technically a full design. It can be really small and very detailed. Yeah, and it doesn't really need to be fun. It could just be out of boredom more than anything. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm a bit bored, and it's like I've got a pen on me. I'll just do some lines. Yeah, and just draw a circle thousands of times. Yeah. How many can I fill up this page, this small little piece of paper with a ton of circles? Anything. Doesn't. To be fair, that's probably, even though tricky, one of the best things to probably try and do is just kind of shut brain off and do something really simple, like draw 30 circles on a page, or just draw a boatload of lines. Yeah, constantly just okay, I'll just draw a bunch of lines. Yeah, bunch of circles. Docs, that's all I want. Liz. Settings, docs. Bullets. Yeah, that's the one. It doesn't even have to be anything that complicated. I mean, like I said, if I were drawing, like I said, the bike, I'd literally just gonna, when I'm not on a race, or on a, there you go, I'd literally just go to that. So I need to draw a bike. How does a bike look? Don't know. I'll guess. And that's it. I mean, like I said, this might be easy for me, but everyone has their own way of thinking about things, and it might be, yeah, a bit more tricky for some people, but it's about figuring out a way to trick yourself into doing it sometimes. Yeah, hack the system. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Random. Tracing. Quite literally. Where I've not studied anatomy properly at all. The way I learn is literally through tracing mostly, and then just rinse repeat. Looking at references, you know, doing it from other things. It's like it's taken me a long time. I've not went, basically, if I studied proper, so if I started here, and it took me all the way to this point to understand it, I probably could have been here if I actually studied it properly. So gesture drawings are really good. I like to do those. So that's actually probably one of the most things I actually do draw when I'm drawing small sketches. So I'll do like just like things like this. Yeah, I won't really put much into it. I'll just kind of like, I'll just try and get this guy to look cool, but with very little things. And it's, but for me, it was all about finding the shapes. So whilst learning eyes and that is all right, I actually still struggle with drawing eyes. Eyes, hands, and feet are generally some of my biggest ones. I also generally tend to have like a really tall neck. Yeah, whenever I draw anyone, I just always seem to have like a hyper long neck. Yeah, but that could have been due to tracing things or personal preference, to be fair, sometimes. But I don't think there's any correct way to go about it. Like I said, just find some references. Like what is it that I have? So you can literally get for like next to nothing from Amazon for the Kindle. What is it? So art models, books. I won't show them because I can't. But yeah, there's some art model books on Amazon, which are digital, which are great. You can use those anime characters or other people's line art. All of these, I generally do like to try and trace. You've seen me tracing today. Tracing is one of the biggest things that I've done when I've been practicing. It's a really good place to start. But obviously, at some point, you just try and do it by eye as well, and that is literally how I've done it. It's just like do it by hand, and then I just kind of boxed anything off. So I just tried to learn how to draw on my left hand because Cat's gonna bite me if she's tease me. Stick figures like this, just trying to get the proportions kind of somewhat right. Yeah. I mean, I think I've showed some of my old artwork before on here where it's like the neck's too long, the body's too long, yeah. His face is too small. Yeah. Yeah, there's tons of things that I've done. Oh no, you can start wherever you want, really. There is a YouTube channel, Drawfee. Right? I would recommend watching it. Why? Because they don't take art very seriously. Well, they can draw. They do stupid things. Yeah. But there is Julia, who is on it. And the way she draws is sometimes really bizarre. So she does actually start with the eyes. It's called Drawfee. That is the one. So that channel is literally the one that showed me how to do my current shading method. Yeah, they were doing it on theirs. And it's like I was just like, that's a good idea. And obviously, I've put my own variation on it and all that. But yeah, it's a stupid channel. I like to sometimes have that on whilst I'm doing my own drawings, or I join into whatever challenge they're doing as well. Because that's just literally, okay, someone else is drawing, I'm going to draw as well. I'm not laying down. Yeah. So obviously most of the time I'll actually stop and just like be like this and just like watching it and not doing anything. But Cat, why are you attacking me for? I've done nothing. Or is that the issue? Right. So yes, so the channel was Drawfee. Anyway. So I would recommend watching that one. And yes. Like I said, Julia, I'm remembering the name correctly. She, while classically trained, does start with the eyes quite a lot. She actually likes to do shapes. She likes to block out shadow shapes and all sorts. But yeah, like I said, just watch like a couple of the challenges and stuff. I know they do live streams as well and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, I best go before this cat decides to have a full-blown meltdown on me for no apparent reason. She's old and grumpy, right? So I will see you later. I will. I'll be back on tomorrow, and I'm sure Brad will be streaming as well, without a doubt. Potentially. We'll see. I just need to. What's this?